Good evening, everybody. Everybody can hear this all right? Sully, at the back. Can you hear? Cheers for that. Right, if we can all raise your glasses and be upstanding for the new Mr. and Mrs. Bland. It's going to start with a little speech from Andrew, so if everyone can have a seat. And let's have a speech from the group, actually. Go and sit down there. Yes. Right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, on behalf of me and my wife, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I can safely say it wouldn't be the same without you all here. Be a lot cheaper. We'd like to thank both mine and my wife's parents for all the help that have given us today and to make it what it was. So if you can all raise your glasses, please. To the parents. We've got just a few gifts for both the mothers. James. Pat and Toby, massive thank you for coming over from Canada today. I know it's a really long way. I know Vicky wouldn't have felt right if you weren't sat here right next to her. Obviously, you living in Canada, we don't get a lot of time to spend together. But she tells me a lot about her time growing up, and I can tell that she had a really good childhood when you're all mental. Mum and Dad. It's the hard bit. Thanks for what you've done for me over the past 27 years. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It couldn't have been easy bringing up me and Michael. We weren't perfect, apart from our looks. There was the occasional fight. I hit him with quite a few things, golf clubs, hammers. And then we just, every so often, we just weed down the Hoover tube. But I think you've done a good job. And if I can raise my two little girls as well as you have, I'll be one proud dad. Right, bridesmaids. Laura, Nikki and Lauren. We'd like to say thank you for all the help and support you've given Vicky in organising today. I think we can all agree they don't scrub up that bad. And also our two little flower girls, Jenna and Emily. Just beautiful. Right, best man, Michael. Ushers, James and Rob. Don't they look good? Cheers, boys, for helping me and convincing me to go through again.
My brother was chatting to me on the golf course this morning. He said he's got his eye on one of them. I think she's at the back of the room. Something for tonight, I don't know. Oh no, she's at the front. Right, some special thank yous now. Auntie Sue, Uncle Roy, wherever you are. Thank you very much for the cake. You can all see it's over there. It's quite lovely. It's not bad. Nearly as good as the Peter Pan that we did a few years ago. Yvonne, your fingers must kill. She slaved all day yesterday doing these flowers. They're brilliant. Sid Wright, thank you very much, mate, for letting me ride something older than my wife this morning. Great car. Right, next is my nan. I'd like to say thank you for her. She gave me this wedding ring. It was my granddad's wedding ring. And I'm honoured that you give it to me. Thank you very much. Right, the wife. The fit bird at work with a big smile. Wanted to ask her out for ages. Kept bottling it. One Valentine's Day I sent her a cheeky text. Nothing back. Great. Lost cause. But then one Christmas, I was out for a few beers in the centre with Mr. Gill and Mr. Sid Wright. Bit tipsy. I decided I'm going to go into town just for one more with Mr. Smith. On the taxi on the way in, I get a text from the future Mr. Bland and asking if I'm in town. I said, yeah, we'll pop and see you. Bit of flirty banter. And I said the old line, oh, if you didn't work for JGR, I'd. And then she just kissed me. So she made that first move. First time I took Vicky to meet my brother and my mates. We went wine tasting. Before the wine tasting, she'd already necked a bottle of wine. At the wine tasting, she was on the tables. She pulled the curtains down. She was sick outside, and I had to carry her home. This is when I knew that she was the one for me. On a serious note though, you look stunning today. I don't do crying. I couldn't be happier. Right, so if you'd please raise your glasses to my beautiful wife, Mrs. Bland. Right, I'm now going to hand you over to my best man, who's a bit of a Billy bullshitter. So please, don't listen to him. And I'm not as bad as he likes him. Michael Bland.
Couldn't have started any worse, that speech really, because did you hear the Hoover? If anyone noticed that bit, you'll notice a couple of seconds, it has ruined one of my slides. Right, so anyway, I've got this written down. I've been nervous about this for a few months. Ever since the start of the year, it's been one thing I've been, not dreading, but you've got to make people smile. So anyway, let's start it. So that's just less of that technological difficulty. But before I start, I've got a little message off an old friend of mine. I'm just going to play it for you all now. Come on, Boise, where are you, player? Can everyone see that okay? I hope you can hear it.
Good day to you all. Boise here. So today is your big day, Andy and Vicky. Well, I hope you'll be as happy as me and Marlene have been after all these years. It's just a question of give and take, you know. In my case, I give and Marlene takes. Anyway, congratulations to you both and have a very happy future. And now, it's over to your best man, Michael. Cheers!
Right, this one's an awkward one. It was funny when I filmed it, possibly not now. The best man, that's me. There's a lot of you that don't know me. This is me. By day I work in an office for the ambulance service, but by night I'm a very skilled carpenter, as you can see by my swing. Yes, I am. That's my swing there. And to be honest, all my life growing up, I've always known I'd be Andrew's best man. He's got some good friends, but loads of all know him. They all know they're boring as shit. So it was always going to be me. So now, on to the bridesmaids. Technological difficulty. Right, bridesmaids. Nikki, where's Nikki and Laura? If you both put your hands up. Laura, Nikki. When he was coming there today, I looked back and I thought, bloody hell, the Lord above sent a ray of sunshine down the aisle. But you did, you both looked stunning, and I thought, whoa. And then I looked at Laura and I thought, you look nice, so all the best. On to Vicky. I'll elaborate on the Christmas night do. Andrew told you the first story. This microphone's really annoying. Back here, Dan. Right, the night I first met Vicky, so close. So the night I first met Vicky, I'd done a night shift. I got in late, got in from work. It was bin day, and I was thinking, yes, can't wait to get in my bed. No, pull up the street. What did I see? No bin on the driveway. Brilliant. So I open the door, effing and blinded at Andrew. Look down, see a pair of heels. I think, brilliant, what's gone on here? And then I looked up the stairs and I saw like a chain of clothing ended by a bra. So our liking thing, because as she went up the stairs, all the clothes must have fell out of her bag. But anyway, that's enough about everybody else, because today is about this man here, Andrew William Bland. And as he described today, it was the second biggest day of the year. We were sat watching the FA Cup final when Arsenal played back in May. Sentimental. Right. So mostly it just looks like an old picture of Andrew in his cricket whites. He's looking confused, but to me, I know this picture was in my nan and gran's garden. He must have been about 9 or 10, and it was a picture that stayed in my granddad's wallet until the day he died. So the main reason behind the Only Fools Norse music and the Boise video is that when Andrew was a young lad, he used to sit with my granddad and they used to love watching programmes like that together. But I knew today, like I spoke to Uncle John earlier, raise your hand John, that's my granddad's brother, and he said to me earlier, your granddad's going to be here today, I'm so proud. And Andrew, you've done your granddad proud, you've done a bloody good job, married a beautiful bride. So honestly, let's just raise a glass to the people that come here today. There's my granddad. And I'm so bloody proud of my brother that he's done him well. So, cheers to my granddad. Good clap. Boring crowd. There's a few tears at the front here, so to get the mood back up, I've got a few pictures of Andrew's penis. That's him when he was a baby. Jenna, look at that. And there's another one when he was a baby. And then Vicky, if you'd like to elaborate on this one that you sent me last year. I don't know who took it. No, don't point at him. Right, next slide. Andrew's mentioned it earlier, but I was just going to go over a good upbringing. Oh, bloody hell. You saw that. Fiddlesticks. So good upbringing. I say, growing up, we couldn't want for anything. Mum and Dad, both always there for us, like they are today. Never wanted for anything. Dad used to work his bollocks off for us, bless him, and Mum did too. But I know where it all went wrong. We went 2 stag do's, and the lads that went will know that that's where it all went wrong. This is a picture just there of Dad groping my mother's left breast at a family charity ball. So I went through a load of old pictures of my brother, and I found these 2. I think it was Mallorca, but I thought, nice picture of my brother there in the sea. And then I went to the next picture, and if you can see there, that's somebody's boobies. And Andrew there, he must be like, oh, go on, Andrew, get a nice picture in the sea, make everyone smile, get another one, let's get a picture of the blonde bird in the thong. Go on, son. Titties. I will elaborate on the story Andrew started earlier. This to me is one of it's just one of those stories that sticks in the back of your mind when you grew up. So this is how I'd written it. The Hoover Tube. Just a little brotherly story of what Mum had to deal with me and Andrew at a young age. I remember waking Andrew up one morning before the adults had woken up. We had some free time to be absolutely wild. I thought, this is our moment, the freedom of the house. No, it wasn't last week, Dan, before you say anything. Right? So, I'll go through to Andrew's room. Andrew, come on, Mum and Dad are asleep. Of all the things we could have done, Andrew suggested we get the Hoover Tube, take it apart so we just have the tube. I thought, brilliant, we're going to pretend we're elephants and walk across the landing. But no, this is Andrew, that'll be too mainstream. Michael, come with me with his little squeaky, annoying voice. We're going to the bathroom. Moments later, I'm stood next to Andrew, our penises centimetres apart, urinating down the Hoover Tube, laughing my head off with Mum looking over us, just pulling her hair out. And that's the kind of crap Mum had to deal with growing up. And that's one we can't have. Just found some nice pictures. It's all about pictures. This one here, Andrew growing up. This one he got violated by the pet dog. If you can see that. If you didn't know that dog was a bitch, you think something's going wrong. I didn't know whether it's called Childline or NSPCC for the dogs, RSPCH is. And this is when Andrew used to go out in town when he was about 18. He used to like to kiss the local gays, have a little kiss, leading up the garden path. And that's in there, a little kiss from Paul. Mr. Gill. Where's Mr. Gill? Sean Gill. This slide's for you. Andrew, right, there's Andrew and Sean. Andrew's actually got blonde highlights, if you can see, and Sean has hair, now he's bald. So you might not be able to see because it shines off him. Anyway, that first beer, this is all about his first beer. So, Sean's been one of Andrew's best friends for over 10 years, and I remember this like it was yesterday. 2003, I'm going on a school trip, first thing in the morning. 2 in the morning, I wake up to the sound of and then so I thought nothing of it, went back to sleep, but then the big G wakes up, and I thought, shit's gonna kick off. So I peered out my bedroom door, and I see Andrew there with his little erection, in his pyjamas, and he's in his Star Wars pyjamas, vomiting all over the bathroom floor. So I thought, hang on, I'm going wrong here. So yeah, vomiting all over the bathroom floor, and then there's Mr. Gill there, not as bald as he was then, but he's like, oh, sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Blonde, I'm really sorry. Can't say anything. We only had a few beers. Yeah, he said we only had a few beers. So Dad thought, all right, yeah, see how much truth you tell. Went down to his whiskey cabinet, only to find out it was empty. Andrew and Sean had raided the whiskey cabinet. So instead of being a nice dad, hang on, I missed a few slides there. Instead of being a nice dad decides to get his head, ram it down the toilet until he stops vomiting. That was about an hour later. So that stopped me ever drinking from Dad's cabinet. This is my next slide. So I went round to Vicky's, just pretend I do. I went round to Vicky's and said, Vicky, Victoria, what makes a perfect man? And she said this: a desire to be the best. As most of you know, Andrew, he's the most competitive, annoying prick in the world. And the most recent bit of competitiveness was back in Portugal. It was on the beach. He hadn't seen my thighs. And he said, I could beat you in a sprint race. I said, okay. He didn't realise it could beat any land mammal over 60 metres. So anyway, Rob Smith started the gun, bang. I just remember looking back in his pants and his fat chubby cheeks looking at me. It was useless. But the first example of Andrew having a desire to be the best was back in December 1986. I just remember sitting in my dad's left testicle. I was in my dad's left testicle. I thought, right, getting ready for the klaxon, and all I heard was, bang, that's a dead leg for me. He said, I'm winning this one, you can stand off. I had to wait till 1989. Bravery. Bravery. When Vicky said for somebody to be brave, I just laughed. This is Andrew on monkey bars, and look how he's hanging on for dear life. But quick story about the Hollywood Tower of Terror back in Florida, little family holiday for the four of us. Go up there, me and Dad are like, oh, I can't wait to go on this, MGM Grand. Andrew's there, oh yeah, oh, I really need a poo, Mum. I really need a poo. So, Mum takes Andrew for the poo. About an hour later, when me and Dad had come off the ride, we see Andrew and he's still stuck in the cubicle waiting for it so he can hear our voice, just so he knows he didn't have to go on the ride. But then, boys, we went to Vegas. This ride here, on top of the stratosphere, one of the best rides I've ever been on. Probably the most scariest, anyway. There was 5 of us that went on it, all had bottled it, didn't you? Yeah. Andrew went for a week because he wasn't sure whether he'd do it. We decided to do it. So we're having the best time of our lives, happy. And then when we got the photo printed, we look back and look at this fella. Shitting bricks. Loyalty. Just a short slide on this. I thought, to be fair to him, he's always been a great brother to me, full of loyalty. But if you can notice that, most of the lads that know him know he's an Arsenal fan. Up until he was about 18, he supported Forest. And now he's an Arsenal fan, so lack of loyalty going on there. Intelligence, this cracked me up as well. He's a D lad. He's got nothing but a D in him, and that's not his good D. Intelligence. Growing up, all Andrew did was read Harry Potter, but whenever I went in his room and he was reading Harry Potter, there was a line of Kleenex next to him. And I don't know what it was for, I was too young. But I think he might have had something in front of the Harry Potter book. But looking through all the pictures, I managed to find this, an old school report. I'm just going to read you something from year 7 to year 11. It started off so well. Year 7 English. Andrew always gives us all. He's a pleasant and polite pupil. Ah, well done. Year 8 Science. Andrew handles the apparatus well. A bit young to be masturbating, if you ask me. Year 9 Maths. Andrew's easily distracted. This shows in his recent exam results 36%. Year 10 RE. Andrew really needs to concentrate more. Exam result U. Then we went to year 11. Mr. Hopkins, Science. He usually brings the right kit to lessons. Well done. Style. Vicky, what the hell was you saying when you wanted a man with style? Look at him. Blonde highlights, FC UK. But we know where Andrew went wrong with style. Growing up, he always said, oh, Cleopatra, she's my idol. Cleopatra. And I just never understood it. And he can't now. He don't know why he said it. So this is Cleopatra. I thought, maybe he's a Roman. Then I thought, we went to Vegas and we come back one night and we found him on a chaise lounge. Laying there, provocatively, just like this. Just like that. So I thought, yes, I know why you want to be Cleopatra, you guys a bit. And then Vicky said, he needs to be a good role model. I thought, yeah, he is, yeah, I was brilliant with Emily. Yeah, oh yeah, look at this. Oh, he's a good role model.
Put it a bit closer. Yeah!
Well, that's how you can be. So that's not a good role model, Andrew. You've done wrong there. Photogenic as always, he has to have a nice smile. So I digged out some of the family bests. Here's my mum. Mum's trying to be Kevin Keegan. This is Andrew. Back to. I thought, yeah, he was doing quite well with a nice smile. I think he's done Vicky proud here. That's a bit of ice cream. After a running race, that's the best one I could find. At a wedding, frowning a bit. Then he went on holiday, frowning a lot. So, Les, you might have a problem with this. But then we went to Amsterdam for my 21st. And then we went, and he smiled after that one. So I thought, possibly not the most photogenic guy. So he's struggling with a nice smile. I'm nearly finished. I'm not boring anymore. The stag do. I'm lost. Right, the stag do. We left it, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night or whatnot, and it got to about 5 o'clock the next day. I doubt you're going to be able to see this actually. And Andrew fell asleep on the sunbed, so Paul Risebrow decided we were waking up in the most positive manner. He's bollock naked on the sunbed. I don't think you can see it. As you can see, that's where we got chucked in naked. Day one. Left a note. Day one of the stag do, having a nice game of football, because there's 14 of us, 7 aside. Wally wasn't playing. We said, Wally, go grab us some beers, please. He goes, okay. Wandered off to get his beers. He comes back and said, oh, Michael, the kitchen looks a bit steamy. I thought, is it alright? Yeah, it's just a bit steamy. So I thought, alright, that's fine. 10 minutes later, Portuguese comes, la 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 la, shouting at us like this. So we wandered back after him and just see thick black smoke coming back from the kitchen. We absolutely wrecked the villa for the first night, and some idiot put some chips in and forgot about them. Day 2, we had a little golfing session, USA versus Europe. Where's John South? John? He's staying quiet. There he is over there. First tee, unfortunately me and Andrew missed this, but he swung his club, hit a tree, and put it through the clubhouse window. So again, a really bad start to the stag do. And then day 3 came, Danny Barnes, he said, let's go sea fishing. I said, I don't think the lads will like it, but he insisted. Out of 14 of us, 11 of them were sick. So it was an absolute disaster. And these are a few costumes that they wore on the stag do. That's Sally the dog. She loves the dog. And that's Andrew in a penis costume, and we're all dressed as seamen, because we pretended we came out of his penis, like a seaman does. The gents that went on the stag do, actually, if you can all stand. Who went on the stag do? You can just stand. He's standing up. Paul, there's somebody who isn't. Right. On the stag do, we had these little games, and it was called a whoosh. So, last one. So whoever was the last to finish the whoosh, it was Danny Barnes at that time. Normally it'd be a wax strip, but this time Danny's going to have a shot of gin. Come on, Dan. That brings me on to the end of it, actually. So let's be nice now. That's Andrew after the stag do, absolutely bollocks. But at the end of the day, and after all the mickey taking, the fact is that I've been so lucky to have my brother, my best friend, who's been there all the time for me. He took me for my first beer, and a lot of you might know, he helped me down to the housing ladder ridiculously. And beyond all the arrogance and ignorance, most generous, kind-hearted young man who was extremely jealous of growing up, watching him go out with me when I was still too young. He turned into a great man. He's got 2 gorgeous daughters, and I love having him, and he's such a brilliant bloke. But I knew when I lived with Andrew, when he started to see Vicky, that he'd really found the true love of his life in his soulmate. He just, every night he'd be around there, even though we had our own house together, and I lived on my own. So here's to a long and happy marriage, and hopefully one day, more sounds of little footsteps running around. But if I turn out to be half the man you and my dad both are, then I'll be more than happy. Andrew, you mean the world to me. It's been an honour being your best man, loving more than words can say, and here's to the plans.
Three cheers for Michael. That's it. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.